Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. I want to bring you this tabletop review of a new EDC light I've been carrying. For the longest time, I've been carrying the Streamlight Micro Stream. Great light, basic AAA battery, so it's very economical to run. It's easy to find the batteries and so forth. It's got a reverse clip, I think that's what they call it, where I can actually stick it in my pocket or I can put it on the bill of my hat. Excellent flashlight, but this one is more of a utility style, more so than a tactical light. It does okay, but I think it just puts out maybe right at 100 lumens or something. It's not real bright. So it's been okay, and I like it. I've actually got 2 or 3 of these. My wife keeps one in her purse, so you know they are nice, and I do like it. However, I wanted something a little brighter, but I didn't want to carry something big and bulky and anything like that. So I wanted something that I could use maybe in a tactical application. And I got to looking around and got to researching different lights and stuff. And I'm not a flashlight snob. You know, I've got some cheap flashlights. I got some, expensive flashlights, but I don't really care as long as it functions correctly and all that. So I was trying to find something budget-friendly, economical that I could buy, put in a review, and show you guys. And I found one that I really like. And there's various reasons why, and I think it's almost the perfect flashlight. Not quite, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. So it is the Streamlight Protac 1L-1AA. And so the main thing that attracted me with this was the fact that they call this the dual fuel flashlight. So what that means is it can use one CR123 battery, or you can use a single AA battery. Whichever one you choose, it will accept both. And both the batteries were included in the packaging. There's no kind of insert or anything weird you got to keep up with that you're afraid you're going to lose one day. If you don't want to use the CR123, you just take it out, pop in a AA, put the cap back on, and it works just the same. There's no inserts. There's nothing that you got to worry about keeping up with. So that's what I liked. I like the fact that it does both. Because I like a CR123, but everybody knows that's watching this video, they're not the cheapest batteries around, and they're not the easiest to find. I usually buy them in bulk, 20-25 at a time, so I have plenty on hand normally. But if I'm out and about somewhere and the batteries, I don't have, some extra CR123s, and the flashlight goes down because the battery goes dead, I can go to any convenience store, any drugstore, and find AA batteries, no problem. So that's one thing that really attracted me to this particular flashlight in general. So it does have a clip, and we'll discuss the clip here again in a minute, and I'll tell you why. It does have a belt clip. It is also reversible. I could clip this onto my hat if I wanted to, and I can stick it in my pocket. So it is aluminum construction like most all the Streamlights. It is knurled up here at the top so you can grip to get your battery in and out without any type tools and stuff like that. It's 350 lumens, and it is a single click use for the button. So it does have a momentary if you just barely push it in, or you can let it go, or I can push it all the way in and let go. Alright, so it is a 3-mode light, but it is programmable with their special, I think it's proprietary to them, called the 10 tap, and that's TEN-tap, and it's programmable. And what that means is I can program it to every time I hit the button, it is in the mode that I set it at. It has 3 modes, so if you watch, if I barely push this, when I'm going through this, I'm not clicking this all the way. So I'm pushing it in, and if I just kind of go through the modes, there's the strobe. Now watch this. If I take, while it's barely tapped in and I've made it to the strobe mode, if I push all the way in and let go, it stays in the strobe mode, just like that. But watch this. Take it off, push it in to cut it off, right? Now most traditional flashlights would a lot of times be in that strobe mode again as soon as you hit the button. Not this one. It goes back to my programmed light, which is the brightest setting. Again, in the brightest setting, I can go click it all the way in and start going through the modes. That's the strobe again. Click it again. There's the bright. Let's see if I can get it to do it. Trying to get it to do it. Maybe I'm hitting it and I'm missing it. But anyway, it's got a dim too. It's kind of hard to figure out when you first do. Oh, there it goes. So there's dim. It's in the dimmer mode now. If I push it all the way in now, it stays in the dim mode. So if I don't want a real bright light and I'm trying to maybe read something and don't need something that bright, I can get it into the dim mode and use that. But watch this, click it all the way in, turn it off, click it back in, it goes back to the brightest setting because that's the mode that I've programmed it to stay in all the time. So that's a neat feature with that, because I'm not big. If it was not programmable and I had to hit that button, 3 times and all that stuff just to get it into the mode I wanted, I would not buy this light. So I like the fact that it's programmable. If not, I would have never bought it. I just don't like those lights that you have to be so careful that you're not clicking it into a mode you don't want. I hate those lights. So I'm pretty much an advocate of a single click, possibly a momentary on. So even in the momentary on, as long as I'm not moving this button up and down a bunch trying to get it through the modes, it'll still stay in there in the momentary by barely pushing it without clicking it. See? Back to the bright, out. And so that's in the mode that I programmed that I use the most. And that's what I like about it. But it comes with a nylon sheath, nothing fancy here, just a basic nylon sheath. It does have the Velcro, so you don't have to undo your belt to put it through the loop. Has elastic to keep it kind of snug in there. You can put the belt clip on the outside to kind of make it a little more secure. I probably won't use it, to be honest with you, but it does come with it. And if you are for the belt style carry, I would use it maybe on my plate carrier or something like that, just if I didn't want to put it in my pocket, or I had other things in my pocket and I just wanted to put this in the case. So it does come with one if you want to use that. But anyway, guys, if you're looking for a fairly economical at $35 kind of price range for a good tactical light that's able to use both CR123s and AAs, it's a win-win for me. I think this is probably going to be my new favorite light. So I told you at the beginning of the video it's almost perfect. Let me tell you why it's not. So the belt clip, if you look at this one, what I call the curve of the clip sits very high up. And what that means is that it means it's going to get further down inside your pocket when you stick it in your pocket. With this one, unfortunately, the clip normally sits in this groove. And with that, the top of the curve only goes to about right here. And it was sticking out about that far, that much out of my pocket. I did not like that whatsoever. So I thought, well, that's great. I almost got a perfect flashlight, but that's a problem. I don't like that. So what I did was I took the clip off. I said, well, if the clip was up higher, it would be fine. So I took the clip off. I took some pliers and I just squeezed this clip tighter, so it would fit tighter around it's made of spring steel anyway, so it's fine. So it would fit tighter around the barrel of the flashlight. And the reason I did that is because once I took it out of this groove and I moved it up, it no longer has a groove to fit into to keep it from moving around. So if it was not real tight and snug onto the barrel of the flashlight here, it would move. So now it's tight enough where it's not going to go anywhere, and I'm able to get this clip really high up to where the curve of the clip, now when I shove this down in my pocket, really the only thing you can see at this point is almost the top of the curve of the clip, and that's it, because it's so far down inside my pocket. It also has that reversible clip that I like, so if I want to stick this on the bill of my hat, I can, or I can stick it in my pocket, so that's nice. It does have a little hole here if you wanted to put a lanyard on it. That's kind of up to you, but it does have a little hole right here. The bezel is not like a true fighting bezel or self-defense bezel or anything, but it is not perfectly flat either. It does have some grooving all along, little scalloped edges around it. So it could be used, for a little bit of that if you wanted to in a self-defense situation. But anyway, guys, I'm actually pretty impressed by this. I like the size of it. I like the dual battery situation. That's really awesome, and I like the programmable portion. Not that I'll use the strobe and all that much. I would use the dim portion if I didn't really want that light that bright, because at 350 lumens, it's pretty bright, I'll tell you. So this is a light that I can use in a self-defense situation. You shine that in somebody's eyes, they're going to have to look away, or at least cause them to get spots in their eyes and things like that. So I like that aspect of it, that it can be used. And it's just a lot brighter. I can see a lot further, like in my yard, or, in a real dark area, a big area, say down in my basement, it's going to shine and cast. It doesn't have a real hot center, so it's got a little bit of a hot center and a lot of spill, which is about the perfect scenario. I do not like a light that has a real strong concentration in the center only. I like a lot of spill with a decent concentration in the middle, because I like being able to see larger areas, not just a real bright in one small central area. But anyway, guys, if you're looking for a good economical flashlight at about 35 bucks, I will post that in the section below where I got it from, from the vendor on eBay. And if you want to look out and buy one of these. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. That's down there in that section. Also down in that section is the share button. Hit the share button. Share content. That's always appreciated. Helps us get the word out about Guns and Gear Network, which is very much appreciated from us here at Guns and Gear Network. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.